Hey everyone! Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, worrying about everything under the sun? Maybe it's your job, your relationships, or even things that haven't happened yet but you're convinced will go wrong. It's like your brain is stuck on a never ending loop of what ifs. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Worrying is a common problem that can take over your life if you let it. But what if I told you there's a way to take control of your worry and kick anxiety to the curb? Today, we're diving into why we worry, why our brains think it's helpful, and most importantly, how to set boundaries on our worrying. Imagine reducing your anxiety by up to 75%. Sounds amazing, right? Let's break it down and make it super practical with real life stories that show you how this works. Why do we worry? First, let's understand why our brains love to worry. Worrying is like a bad habit. It's deeply ingrained in our neural pathways, and our brains think it protects us. When you worry, your brain believes it's preventing bad things from happening. It's a bit like magical thinking, but in reality, worrying just weighs you down and keeps you stuck in a cycle of anxiety. Story 1. Sarah's job anxiety. Sarah was constantly worried about losing her job. Every day, she would think about all the things that could go wrong. Her boss finding faults in her work, missing a deadline, or even the company going bankrupt. This constant worrying made her stressed and anxious, affecting her performance at work and her personal life. One day, Sarah decided enough was enough. She learned about scheduled worry and gave it a try. She set aside 20 minutes every evening to sit down and write out all her worries about her job. She would write them down, think them through, and then move on. At first, it felt strange, but she stuck with it. Over a few weeks, Sarah noticed a significant change. By confining her worrying to a specific time, she felt more relaxed during the day. She was able to focus better at work and started enjoying her evenings again without the constant cloud of worry hanging over her. Sarah's story shows how scheduled worry can help you take control of anxiety and improve your quality of life. How does worrying affect us? When we worry, we imagine all sorts of future dangers. This triggers a real physical reaction in our bodies known as the fight-flight-freeze response. It's a survival mechanism, but it's not helpful when the danger is imagined. Constant worrying keeps your body in a state of high alert, which is exhausting and bad for your health. Story 2. Mike's health worries. Mike was always worried about his health. Every little ache or pain made him think he had a serious illness. This constant worrying led to numerous doctor visits and tests, all of which came back normal. But the worry never went away. Mike learned about the concept of cognitive diffusion, which is a fancy way of saying you don't engage with every worrying thought. When a worry about his health popped up, he started acknowledging it without dwelling on it. He'd say, "Hey brain, thanks for the worry thought, but I'm moving on." At first, this was hard, but with practice, Mike got better at redirecting his thoughts. He started scheduling a specific time each day to think about his health worries and realized he spent less time worrying throughout the day. Mike's story highlights how you can retrain your brain to stop letting worry control you. Why do our brains think worrying helps? Our brains are designed to protect us, not necessarily to make us happy. When we worry and nothing bad happens, our brain thinks the worrying worked. It's like a false sense of control. This reinforces the habit of worrying, making it hard to stop. Story 3. Lisa's family worries. Lisa worried constantly about her family. She would think about all the things that could go wrong. Her kids getting hurt, her husband losing his job, her parents falling ill. This worry consumed her, affecting her sleep and her ability to enjoy time with her family. Lisa decided to try something different. She started practicing mindfulness and scheduled worry. She set aside 30 minutes each evening to write down her family-related worries. During the rest of the day, when a worry popped up, she'd note it and tell herself she'd think about it during her worry time. This new approach transformed Lisa's life. She felt more present with her family and enjoyed her time with them more. The scheduled worry sessions helped her see that most of her worries were unfounded and didn't need her immediate attention. Lisa's experience shows that with the right techniques, you can reduce anxiety and enjoy life more. Taking control of worrying. So, How can you start taking control of your worrying today? Here's a step-by-step guide to help you get started. 1. Identify your worries. Write down your worries as they come up. Don't engage with them right away, just note them down. 2. Schedule worry time. Choose a specific time each day to focus on your worries. Spend 15 to 30 minutes thinking about them, writing them down, and then move on. 3. Use cognitive diffusion. When a worry thought pops up outside of your scheduled worry time, acknowledge it but don't dwell on it. Redirect your attention to something else. 4. Practice mindfulness. Stay present in the moment. Focus on what you're doing right now and what you care about. 5. Be consistent. Stick with these techniques for at least 3 weeks. Consistency is key to retraining your brain. Wrapping up, worrying is a habit that can take over your life if you let it. But with the right techniques, you can set boundaries on your worrying and reduce your anxiety significantly. Remember, it's not about stopping worry altogether, but about controlling it and not letting it control you. Try these techniques and see how they work for you. Share your experiences and let me know how it goes. I'm excited for you to start this journey and take control of your anxiety. Thanks for watching and take care.